Don't you think it is unfair that as men, if we kiss 5 or 10 women in a single party night, we are seen as heroes? But if a woman does that, she will have slut shaming reigning all over her. Why the more women a man sleeps with, the better he is? But the more men a woman sleeps with, the worse she is. Well, the explanation is in history. Before the middle of the 20th century, life for women was not as easy and as simple. For example, in many societies and cultures, the horse of a man was way more important than his wife for the financial benefits that a horse can bring compared to the ones a woman can bring. Before women's rights started to be considered something serious, as a woman you basically have 3 options that most of the time you don't get to choose. You could get married without choosing your husband, of course. That is the first option. As a second option, you could become a woman of God and being forever and ever in a convent. Or you could be a prostitute if you didn't like the first 2 options. And to make sure you just stick to those 3 options, society wouldn't allow a woman to study, to work, to own a property, to have a bank account. They will tell you what and how to think. They will tell you what you should do, what you should be interested in, what is the kind of husband you should have, and if all those things don't work, well, you can be called a bitch, a whore, a promiscuous, a prostitute, a slut, indecent, etc., etc. And the more interested in publicly insulting and humiliating you were other women. Cause if as a woman you cannot compete for a position in a company, or for being the best at a sport, or the best of the class, or compete against yourself to become better and better at what you love to do, and the only thing you can compete for is to have a better husband than your cousins, or your sisters, or your neighbors, that makes slut shaming the main weapon of choice against any other woman. And for a man, having a woman in that restricted situation has many advantages. For example, if you are the first man that your girlfriend has slept with, she cannot compare the size of your small dick with others. So that way, your little guy is safe from shame. But also, every time we marginalize a woman for her sexual behavior or for the way she dresses, we are empowering and minimizing things like sexual harassment or sexual abuse. Nowadays, gender equality is prospering in many parts of the world despite of the huge resistance. But unfortunately, slut shaming is still the weapon of choice to try to keep women behaving the way men want. And in many countries, especially the most developed ones, it is the only weapon they have left. So, what about being happy for your woman friends if they are having fun kissing and sleeping with many guys at the same time, as well as men would do? And as long as they are responsible with their sexuality and not spreading diseases, what is the problem? And please, if you don't want these Irish kids to keep scratching their balls in the middle of the class, like this video, share it and subscribe.